brings us to Southern California and the gorgeous SoFi Stadium in the Los Angeles suburb of Inglewood. The veteran kicker Graham Gano puts it on the tee. And off we go from SoFi. From deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this one out. Not much on the return. They'll stop him at the 17. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Now the former Ohio State Buckeye, here's Jake Hayes-Dobbins. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. Now some movement up front. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time here today. A run with Dobbins. And a good push defensively. They're going to get him down back at the 10. On 3rd and long, it's Herbert. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
What a call on this opening drive. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They do go for it. It's Herbert. He'll air one out for Palmer. That's caught. And he's going to have the Chargers 1st down on what will be a big play there on 4th and long. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
And they're going to get him down this time. Not as easy as the last carry. This time they drop him behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd down. Herbert. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down. From the gun, it's Herbert. And that is incomplete.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Shotgun now for Herbert. Open man is the tight end, Disley. And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be 1st and goal.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
And he'll plunge forward to the 2, setting up 2nd and goal. The ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. Throwing now is Herbert. He puts it up, and it's caught. Quentin Johnston. Touchdown, L.A. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
touchdown. Here's Dicker out to send this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. A run with the man out of Purdue. That's Tyrone Tracy. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. The run here with Devin Singletary. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play in this opening quarter. So they'll talk over what to do on this 3rd down play as we have hit the end of the 1st quarter. 7-0 is our score. We're back in Southern California in a moment. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. On the ground, here's Tracy. And he's not going to get the 1st down. Met and brought down in the backfield on 3rd and short. They do not get it done. Open man, Matt Slayton. And he will have a Giants 1st down. They only needed 1, but it's a gain of 6, and it'll move the chains.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. Really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch. I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
As a pass rusher, you don't always need to record a sack to make your presence felt. Creating pressure, move the quarterback, affect his timing. Those are all different ways to take pressure off your coverage unit.
3rd and long. From the gun, it's Locke. And that is incomplete.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on 3rd down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on 4th down, or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
The punter remains on the sideline. They're going to line up and go for it on 4th down. That is intercepted. Picked off by Christian Fulton. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
You know, Mike, anytime a team can go nickel or dime and come off the field with an interception, I just am constantly reminded of the importance of defensive back depth when you're building an NFL roster. I mean, think back. This is not the old NFL base 3-4, base 4-3. Offenses are going to roll out 2, 3, 4 high-level wide receivers at you in this pass-first modern era. If you can't roll out 5 DBs and all of them hold their own and be trusted to hold up, you're going to struggle defending these pass-first modern offenses.
Here's Dobbins. And he will work this down inside the 40. That's going to be good enough to move the chains. 1st down. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call. They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
So, after 2 straight incompletions, here's 3rd and 10. There is his tight end, Disley. And he's out of bounds all the way inside the 15-yard line. A big one there on 3rd down, good for 26 yards. Now it's Dobbins. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. On 2nd down, here's Herbert. He connects with Disley. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often, and it just seems like time and time again, his quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page. It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
On the return, it is Tyrone Tracy. Now an opening past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. Unbalanced look here to the right side on 1st and 10. On the give, it's Tracy. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. On the bootleg, it's locked. Off-balance throw, it's complete. Now a timeout, Giants. That is their 2nd. It'll come with 36 ticks left on the first half clock.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
Look at that. Slinged it across his body and connected. That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another 1st down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
So a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. Lock out of the shotgun. That's caught. It's Tyrone Tracy. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. Gains nothing.
What an advantage it brings a defense when you have cornerbacks that are such willing tacklers. It just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field. And this is a great example here why.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Now lock. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
And he'll take it on in. Darius Slayton. Touchdown, New York.
You hear coaches, you hear commentators, everybody talks about that middle four, Mike, the final 2 minutes of the second quarter and the first 2 minutes of the third quarter. Here they are now. They go down and they steal a late touchdown to end the half. Remember, they're going to get the ball first coming out of the break.
Extra point by Gano is up and good. And the Giants are on the board. It's 10-7. Halftime, coming close, and not much time left as this one is kicked away. Here's Darius Davis to return it. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Play action now. It's Herbert. He's got it! And he's down inside the 40-yard line. Now whistles. Timeout. 3 seconds left in this first half. Here's Cameron Dicker now on for the field goal. This is going to be from 53 yards out. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. So we have reached halftime here. It is a 6-point difference at the break. As we send you cross-country to the Sunshine State. That's where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. All yours, Coach. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. They go play action. It's locked. Oh, a dangerous throw there is intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Denzel Perryman. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
All right, Mike, you know me. I tend to be an offensive guy, so if we're taking a big shot to start this half, I'm thinking touchdown. But rather, we go interception to begin the second half. Now, still an exciting play. I think we're going to see both sides willing to continue to take these risks, take these chances throughout the rest of this second half.
And this defense having nothing of it. They get him down for a loss on the play. Fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Downfield, that's Johnston. He's got it. And he'll be out of bounds all the way down at the 10. So not quite 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10. They're pretty close. He's got it at the 3. And he's in. Matt McConkey. Touchdown Chargers.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
And he will get into the end zone and extend the lead by 2 more. After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. This will be returned from the 6. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Throw it. Lock. Pass pulled in by Tracy. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
They'll go. It's locked. That's taken in. And he's going to have the Giants' 1st down. They'll get the conversion. It's a gain of 14.
Well, you can see the entire sideline and, frankly, the entire fan base kind of holding their breath. That decision on your own side of midfield to go for it on 4th down, had they not gotten it, it's a tough position to put your defense in, but that's a conversation for another day. The offense is going to stay on the field after the conversion, and now they got to see, can they take advantage of that aggressive play call and finish this drive with points? Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL.
And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Look, Mike, the reality here is that he's just not seeing the field the way that he needs to. Now, give credit. A big part of this is the defense doing an excellent job disguising its coverages all game long. Just before the snap, when he thinks he has the answers, the secondary changes the questions, and they've been rewarded with 3 picks for their effort.
2nd and a yard. Tight end going in motion here. On the ground, here's Dobbins. And he'll have enough to move the chains. He'll take this forward for about 3 yards. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Herbert to throw. Crushed. It's incomplete. He did get the pass off, but he got drilled before he let it go.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
Now Herbert throwing on 2nd down. And Herbert going to slide to a stop, but he's got it. He's picked up a 1st down. That one good for 15 and a 1st down. So we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll give it to Dobbins. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Pistol here for Herbert. A throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
Here comes 3rd and 6. To throw is Herbert. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on 3rd down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up 4th down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6? And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decided not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Locke working out of the pistol. He gets that complete downfield to Slayton. And he will take this one in. 70 yards. Touchdown, Giants. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way. Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
Even with 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning, they're going to try an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one, but it's not going to work out.
Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Now a play fake. Herbert. Throw on the run is complete. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. Now a run on 1st down. And now the defense is going to take their first time out. Remember, they get an extra one built in with the 2-minute warning coming up momentarily.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. He didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down. Shotgun now for Herbert. And that is incomplete.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way. So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
So Dicker back out after the field goal. He'll send this one away. He fields it at the 8. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 11.
They'll come up for first and 10. Off the play fake. It's locked. So just under 2 minutes here in this one. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. Here comes second down. They'll drop to throw. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down. From the gun, it's locked. He'll look deep here for Neighbors. And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. Picked off by Alohi Gilman. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field.
Good game.